This budget resolution has really been described as the blueprint of the Trump agenda as he entered his second term just a few weeks ago. And I want to talk about what you think of the first few actions of the Trump administration, round two, second term. So here's what's happened so far, just to name a few things. We've seen him sign a host of executive orders and actions on a lot of things he campaigned on, like immigration, like border security. We've also seen cuts and layoffs from the DOGE department. Trade wars with our allies were almost started and paused. One was started with China. The president has made a slew of different expansionist comments, including floating the idea of the United States reclaiming the Panama Canal, Canada becoming the 51st state, the United States buying Greenland, and the United States taking over Gaza. And many of President Trump's cabinet nominees have become confirmed and have hit the ground running in their roles. That's just scratching the surface here. So, what do you think so far about the Trump administration's second term within the past couple of weeks?
Well, he's gotten off to a busy start for sure, and there's been a flurry of executive orders. What I would say is I'm trying to stay focused on the things that I know the best, and those are things in my district when it comes to public lands issues, energy development, the importance of securing the border, those sorts of things. I know are critical to making sure that we deliver on the promises we ran on as Republicans, and so I see I recognize the importance of saving money and efficiency when it comes to government and the services that we deliver. I think we just need to make sure that we're smart about the places that we make those cuts. Um, let's cut the bureaucrats in Washington, D.C., but let's make sure that the Forest Service employees that are on the ground, that are actually maintaining the trails, managing our forests, managing our public lands, don't lose their jobs. And so I think, as we go forward, we're going to make sure that we make those cuts. They're absolutely essential. The president campaigned on them. I'm excited by the idea of efficiency and government savings, but let's make sure that those cuts happen in the right spot. And that's something that we're going to be working with the administration, have been working with the administration on, is making sure that the folks that are on the ground, the boots that are on the ground, are there and able to make sure that we deliver the services that we need to deliver.
When you say that cuts need to be made in the right spot, are you referring to DOGE using what some have described as a hatchet approach opposed to a scalpel, where jobs are being slashed and then it's almost like, hey, maybe that was too much. Maybe we need that person. Is that what you're saying?
Well, maybe some of it, but I'm sympathetic with the administration's desire to make government more efficient and more responsive to the people. I mean, there is a heck of a lot of bureaucratic bloat that we see here. My message when it comes to these cuts is let's make sure we're making them in the right spot. It should be the bureaucrats that are here in Washington, D.C. And it shouldn't be the folks that are on the ground in our districts across the country. And so I think the message is those cuts are necessary, they're important, but let's make sure that we're doing them in the right spot.